Sometimes people speak, but do not reveal everything.
Yes, the words are simple.
But the meaning stays deeper.
Native speakers often hide emotion inside soft structures.
For example, I guess it was not the right moment.
This sounds calm.
But sometimes it means I wanted to say more.
Another natural structure. Maybe I should have said something earlier.
Very common when regret appears quietly.
Another one. It crossed my mind, but I let it go.
Beautiful sentence.
Very cinematic sentence.
Because it shows thought without full explanation.
Sometimes silence changes conversation more than words.
And native speakers often use, for a second, I almost.
Example, for a second, I almost told you everything.
Very emotional.
Another phrase, I do not know how to put it exactly.
This gives emotional hesitation.
Example, I do not know how to put it exactly, but something felt different.
That sounds real.
Because feelings are often unclear first.
Another powerful sentence. It stayed with me longer than I expected.
Very natural.
Example, that conversation stayed with me longer than I expected.
And one more. I said nothing, but I noticed everything.
Very cinematic English.
Native speakers love contrast.
Because contrast creates emotional depth.
Not all feelings arrive loudly.
Some arrive quietly.
And English often becomes softer when emotions become deeper.
That is why real listening matters. Some conversations feel very small.
But they remain in memory for years.
Native speakers often begin softly.
For example, I was going to say something, but
Very natural.
it creates emotional pause.
Another one. It felt different somehow,
Simple words.
but deep meaning.
Sometimes people avoid direct emotion.
So they say, I did not expect that moment to matter so much.
Very native.
Another sentence. Looking back, I think that was the moment.
This sounds cinematic immediately.
One very natural structure. There was something I could not explain.
Excellent for a romantic tone.
Example, there was something I could not explain when you smiled.
Another one. For some reason, I remembered that later.
Very slow, very natural.
Sometimes the most important sentence is never fully spoken
And native speakers often leave meaning unfinished.
because unfinished words feel closer to real life.
Some goodbyes are simple.
And some stay in the mind for a very long time.
Native speakers often do not say goodbye directly.
They often choose softer structures.
For example, I guess this is where we stop.
Very natural.
It sounds calm.
But emotionally, it can feel heavy.
Another common sentence, I did not think it would feel like this.
Very cinematic.
Because goodbye often arrives before feelings are clear,
Sometimes people say little.
but mean much more.
A very natural structure is take care of yourself.
Simple words.
But sometimes they mean I still care.
Another deep sentence, I hope things go well for you,
This sounds polite.
but also distant.
Another one. Maybe that is how it had to happen.
Very common when people accept something slowly.
Sometimes the strongest sentence is very quiet,
Like, I almost said something else,
very deep.
because the missing words become part of the feeling. Another natural structure, for a moment I wanted to stay,
Very cinematic English.
and very human.
Another one. It felt strange to leave like that.
This is extremely natural in real speech.
After goodbye, native speakers often reflect.
And reflection changes sentence shape.
For example, looking back, I understand why it was quiet.
Very elegant.
Another one. At the time, I did not realize that was the last moment,
Very cinematic line.
because many endings are only understood later.
Sometimes goodbye lives inside unfinished language.
For example, anyway, I should go.
Very common,
Very short.
but emotionally powerful.
Another one. There is probably nothing more to say.
This sounds final.
But soft.
And one more. Some things are better left there.
Very native.
Not every goodbye is loud.
Some happen in ordinary voices.
A short sentence,
A small pause.
a look.
And sometimes,
That becomes the sentence people remember longest.